So if you can see my screen, this is where we left off yesterday, right? So the listing presentation is broken down into what they call the 1-minute presentation. You know, that's where they know you, they want to hire you, and you're already in agreement on price. We talked about that, right? But then if you weren't in agreement on price, then you go through what's called the CMA presentation, and that's this portion here. So at the end of showing them a presentation, this is actually the wrong one. This is, oh no, that's this one. Hold on. Oh yeah, no, I got the wrong one. But anyway, but it ends the same. The reason why it's different is the different price on the car example. But at the end, it says, look, you know, let's see. Oh no, here it is. I'm sorry. So this is the end of that, where you go into. Let's see. No, I got the wrong one. I apologize. But this is kind of the end. So now that you've seen these prices, I'm going to recommend that this price, and then all we need to do is sign the contract, right? So that's kind of where it ended. In other words, after you've done a CMA with them and you've got clear on what the price is, because the reason to do the CMA presentation is because you're not in agreement with the price, right? So it goes into what they call the 20-minute part, and they call that affectionately called the bonehead script, right? After you show them clearly with the comps, right, that their home is not worth what they think it is, but yet they still insist on listing at that price. So then you go on there. So you call them by name. What price do you absolutely have to have? And they say 200,000, and you go, ouch. You know, based on that you can tell how old the script is, right? So based on that, there are a couple of real important questions I need to ask you. Specifically, and I love this one, right? Specifically, why do you feel your home is worth $15,000 more than your neighbors? And then they'll tell you something, blah, 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 blah. Well, we got new carpet, new roof, or whatever it is they're telling you. And then your answer to that is, well, look, Bob, in today's marketplace, that means you simply brought your home up to selling standard, right? And they go, you know, they hit all. And then you say, all homes need roofs, right? So new homes have all that and more, don't they? So let me ask you a question. Someone wants to buy your home, but they plan to get rid of the carpet you put in. The moment they buy the home, how much is it worth? Exactly, right? And then they're like, well, nothing. Exactly. Did you add this to your home for the next buyer or for your own enjoyment? And they say, well, we added it for us. Did you enjoy it? Now, sometimes people add it to get prepared for sale. But here's the thing. So the problem you have when a seller, like, if you've had a house that needed paint and carpet, right? So, you know, let's say it's it needs carpet. So that's your baseline is 0 and it needs carpet. That's a -5. Then it needs paint. That's a -5. So because it needs paint and carpet, it's a -10. But so when you add paint, you get a +5. You add carpet, you get a +. So that's a +10. But a -10 and a +10 is 0, right? In other words, it's not adding value. It just stopped taking value away. So, and then the other side of that is, that's kind of the math side. But the emotional side is, if you've ever owned a home and had I in a house painting business, you know, and I go in these houses and, you know, we would redo them and they look night and day different, right? So the people that live there, they've seen the ugly color, the old carpets for a long, long time. And then when you go in and you put new carpet, new paint in, it looks so nice, right? And they're like, oh, this is awesome. But the buyer walks in and says, this is what it's supposed to look like. There's no dramatic difference for them. So the sellers, they think it's all that bag of chips because they did that work, right? So, and it's just not the way it is. So I'll continue on. So I just wanted to add that so you understand why they're thinking the way they do, and then how you can handle that, right? So then we'll continue on. So if you were purchasing a home and two similar homes were for sale, and then you always point to the CMA, and then you say, when they have a high price, you always dramatize their price, right? One for $200,000 and then one for $185,000. Which one would you buy? Okay? And say, be honest. And they go, wouldn't you want to use the extra $15,000 to do what you wanted to the home? So don't you think most buyers would feel just like you? Of course they would. So, and then point to CMA. That's why I'm going to recommend again a price of $185. Based on what we know, do you want to list your home for that tonight? If they say, yeah, all we need to do now is simply sign the contract so I can help you get what you want in the time you want. Well, that'd be great. So I'm going to blow through that. So if you're new on the call, I always walk through the script and explain it. Then I'll role play it with somebody. So Renee, I'll be the agent, you be the seller, and then the stuff that's in parentheses, those are the answers, right, except for the name. So like when I ask you what price you absolutely have to have, it's $200,000, right? So why? And then I'll say, why do you feel? And then so on that one, just answer the questions based on the way we've been doing the script, okay?
Okay.
Right. So Renee, what price do you absolutely have to have?
Oh, $200,000.
$200,000. Ouch. So based on that, there are a couple of real important questions I need to ask you. Specifically, why do you feel your home is worth $15,000 more than your neighbors?
I've painted and I've upgraded carpet.
Oh, okay, so you got new paint and carpet, right? Renee, in today's marketplace, that means you simply brought your home up to selling standard, right?
I feel like I have, yes.
Yeah, so all homes need paint and carpet, right?
That's correct.
New homes have all that and more, don't they?
They do.
So let me ask you a question. If a buyer wants to buy your home, but they plan to repaint and change the color, and they don't like the carpet, I mean, how much is it worth then?
Well, that's true. It might not like my taste.
Right, exactly. So did you add that to your home for the next buyer or for your own enjoyment?
You know, I did it for my own enjoyment, but hoping a new buyer would actually like my taste.
Right. Well, did you enjoy it?
Absolutely, yes.
Great, great. Well, if you were purchasing a home and two similar homes were for sale, one for $200,000 and one for $185,000, which would you buy? Be honest.
Probably $185,000.
Sure. Wouldn't you want to use the extra $15,000 to do what you wanted to the home?
I would, yes.
Yeah. Don't you think most buyers would feel just like you?
I would think so, yes, they would.
Of course they would. That's why I'm going to recommend, again, a price of $185,000. Based on what we know, do you want to list your home for that price tonight?
Well, Rob, when you put it like that, I guess I should go that route, yes.
Okay. All we need to do now is simply sign the contract so I can help you get what you want and the time you want. Won't that be great?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead, sign the contract. So,
Okay.
all right, now your turn. You run through it. I'll be the buyer. I'll be the seller. So
Okay.
do you have a copy of the script or are you going to use the screen?
I'm looking at your screen.
Okay. So I just wanted to know if I had to when I had to scroll.
Yeah, you'll have to scroll. So, okay. So, hey, Rob, what price do you absolutely have to have for your home?
I'm thinking $200,000.
$200,000? Ouch. Well, based on that, there are a couple of real important questions I need to ask you. Specifically, why do you feel your home is worth $15,000 more than your neighbors?
Well, I mean, we got new paint, new carpet.
New paint, new carpet. Okay, great. Well, in today's marketplace, that means you simply brought your home up to selling standard, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, you know all homes need paint and carpet, right?
Well, yeah.
And the new homes have all of that and more, don't they?
Well, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. If a buyer wants to buy your home, but they plan to get rid of your paint and carpet for their own taste, the moment they buy your home, how much is it worth then?
Well, not very much, I guess.
Exactly. Now, did you add that to your home for the next buyer, or for your own enjoyment?
Well, no,
Did you
we did it because we liked it. Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay, well, that's great. Now, if you were purchasing a home and two similar homes were for sale, one for $200,000 and one for $185,000, which would you buy? And be honest.
The 185.
Absolutely. Now, wouldn't you want to use that extra $15,000 to do what you wanted to do to the home?
Well, yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay, great. Now, don't you think most buyers would feel just like you?
Well,
Of course
I
they-
guess, yeah. I
Yeah, of
guess.
course. That's why I'm going to recommend, again, a price of $185,000 based on what we know. Now, do you want to list your home for that price tonight?
Yeah. Based on everything you tell me, it makes sense.
Okay. So all we need to do now, Rob, is just simply sign the contract so I can help you get what you want in the time that you want. Won't that be great?
Oh, that'd be great. I need to get it sold.
Yes, let's
Yep.
get it sold.
So viewer 6, is that you, Lizbeth? It's quiet on there. I don't hear anybody. So, well, what are your thoughts on that, Renee?
I've actually used that because I've been in several situations where they always feel like their home is worth more.
Oh, they always do. My house is special.
Yeah. They've got the best house on the block and no one can touch my price.
Right.
But then that's where I've always taken, comparables and polls. And sometimes I've listed properties at a price that they want, but I've always had to bring them down.
Yeah, if they're close and they're motivated enough, I'm not going to spend all night arguing with them. I'm going to get the contract signed and then work on adjust the price afterwards.
Exactly.
There's the old expression, would you rather be right or happy, right? So would you rather be right at the listing appointment and not get it signed, and then someone else goes ahead, gets it signed, and then, 2 weeks later, the price is adjusted, 2 weeks later it sells, where you could have just been happy rather than right.
Exactly. Yeah. I know.
So it just has to be close enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, if they're $200,000 above, then it's like, well, you're just up in the night. If it's a $300,000 house and they want $450,000, it's not going to work. But if it's a $350,000 house and they're thinking, $375,000, well, I'll give it a shot. That's not much.
Right. Exactly. For a $20,000 difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can get on the market and say, well, we're not getting action in 2 weeks, and then go after the price adjustment.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I like
stuff
it.
I mean, it's the way it's that simple. So anyway, so it's all about, but again, don't lose the listing trying to be right. I mean, that's, if there's anything you get out of this, get that, but your objective is to get it listed as close as possible to value so that you don't have to have the tough conversations every week of saying, yeah, it's overpriced.
Right.
Right. Because you can't say, I told you so, right? I mean, that doesn't work. So you just have to give them stats and talk about, hey, look, we've had this many online views, but only this many showings. So therefore, we're being eliminated at the computer. So, stuff like that. You just have to be able to work the system of getting price adjustments.
Yeah, I agree.
After the listing. So I said, so again, don't lose it over trying to be right. Okay. Well, that's all we got then. So good job, Renee, on running through that. And I'll go ahead and end the recording. And then let's get on the phones and for dollars, call somebody and ask them who they know that wants to buy or sell real estate. That's the game.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. See you guys.
Okay. Bye.